Mike isn't flooding it all the way.
At Skyridge High School, let's get your hands warmed up and ready right now. 9 seniors. Starting with RJ Bateman. RJ has been on our parent line with Stacey Bateman. RJ is in front and behind the scenes, making sure he has everything they need to be successful. He's also a honor roll student with a 3.97 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for RJ. Next up is Hunter Anderson, number 4. Hunter is being escorted by Claire Lester and Andrea Anderson. Hunter has been a key contributor this season with his toughness and hustle. Hunter has not only been successful on the court, he's excelled in the classroom. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for Hunter. Number 24, Parker Christensen. Parker is being escorted by Chris Kyle and Christensen. He's been instrumental in the success of Stuart due to his versatility and ability to make plays. Parker is being captain and perfect student with a 3.94 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Parker. Brayden Gagan, number 3. Brayden is being escorted by Karen Cobb and Christy Gagan. Brayden has been a key contributor this season with his defense and hustle. Brayden has not only been successful in the floor, he's excelled in the classroom with an impressive 3.96 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Brayden. Next up, Jacob Jensen, number 23. Jacob is being escorted by Karen Lane and Sarah Baker. Jacob has been a contributor this season with his hard work, leadership, and toughness. Jacob has not only been successful before, excelled in the classroom also with a 3.85 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Jacob. Drayden Jory, number 11. Brayden is being escorted by Karen Preston and Jory. Brayden has been a key contributor this season with his shot making ability and hustle. Brayden has not only been successful on the floor, he's also excelled in the classroom with a 3.7 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Brayden. Now coming out, Isaac Carr, number 3. Isaac is being escorted by Karen Hill and Lori Carr. Isaac has been a key contributor this season with his post moves and team-first attitude. Isaac's not only been successful on the floor, he's also been built into the classroom with a 3.89 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Isaac. Now, number 22, Duncan Reed. Duncan is being escorted by Sharon Randy and Aaron Reed. Duncan has been a key contributor this season with sport and leadership. Last month, Duncan became your school's all-time leading scorer. Duncan is being key captain. And before successful in the classroom with a 3.3 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Duncan. Number 5, Gallon Yates. Gallon, escorted by Clarence Jason and Maria. Gallon's been a key contributor this season with post-play and hustle. Gallon's been a key captain and successful for a first in the classroom with a 3.94 GPA. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Gallon and Duncan and Isaac and Brayden. Jacob, and Brayden Gagan, and Parker, and Hunter, and RJ. Graduating seniors from Skyridge High School basketball.
fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along.
Welcome into Skyridge High School for Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. And now the Game Night Live Rewind Game of the Week. Dusty Lister with you. We're about 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from tip-off here at senior night at Skyridge High School. But want to keep you apprised of what's going on. We're going to turn down the sound just because of music. We won't have any issues that way. But also let you know that we need to turn that down. Don't have any issues with that, but we'll have the national anthem starting 5 and everything else. But it's senior night tonight at Skyridge as the Vikings come in to take on the Skyridge Falcons. You'll be watching them all right here on Game Night Live Rewind. And welcome into Skyridge High School for Falcon Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on Game Night Live Rewind. Dusty Lister with you tonight as the Skyridge Falcons host the Pleasant Grove Vikings in the final week of the regular season in the 6A basketball year. And we're so excited to be here tonight. Not only that, no, we are 1 week away from the state tournament. They'll start next Wednesday. As we got a fun one tonight, again, PG coming in 15-6 on the season, 2-6 in region play. That's the surpriser. They're 15-0 coming into region 4 play, but it's been a tough go for the Pleasant Grove Vikings, but we expect them to play their best tonight. As the starting five for Pleasant Grove: Jordan Ross, Isaac Vaha, Dylan Jones, Daniel Mitten, and McCaden Adams. The game at Valhalla was a fun one, but it was the third quarter that took care of business for Skyridge. They took that quarter 26-8. The big one. The starting lineup for the Skyridge Falcons: number 2, Colby Carter; number 5, Dallin Yates; number 15, Nick Holland; number 22, Duncan Reed; and number 24, Parker Christensen. We know the Skyridge likes to get out and run. Pleasant Grove want to be a little bit more deliberate. But we're going to have a fun one tonight, senior night at Skyridge. And we are underway on KSLSports.com. Dusty Lister with you. We start first with Pleasant Grove. We're talking about Coach Randy McAllister, the head coach of PG, been there for a long time. That first matchup, he was home with COVID as Jordan Ross had that one 3/4 of the way down and comes out. And now Holland. There's Dallin Yates, send out to Duncan Reed, and he's off on his first shot of the night. And a rebound for Pleasant Grove. And on the floor now with the Vikings is Jordan Ross, holds up top. We're talking about Randy McAllister was out with COVID. Hanks is out tonight for PG. He tested positive just a couple days ago. And also that, we've lost players. Michael Minton, the sophomore, broke his leg. He's out for the rest of the year. As they go inside, Isaac Vaha and the future Ute. The power dribble and finish, and a 2-0 start here for PG. Just a minute into this one, down to 6:55 left in the opening quarter. But one of the keys for Coach McAllister is they put the ball in the hoop. It's going to slow Skyridge up. Be able to turn this into a 5-on-5 game. He said for Skyridge, they want to push the ball up and down the floor, and they got to try to find a way to slow them down. As Parker Christensen doing what he did in the first game, and Christensen gets all the way to the rim. And Christensen, in the second half last time, had a great game. He had 17 points on the night. He averages 16 on the year. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the opening quarter as Ross goes base, reverses, and scores. And Jordan Ross, his first two, the son of Ronnie Ross, the assistant at UVU for Coach Mark Madsen. Yeah, Jordan, just a sophomore, started as a freshman. As Holland goes to the high post to Colby Carter. And now Christensen. Skip over to Holland. Holland pulling for 3. Off on the shot and the rebound, out of bounds off of Adams. And we will stay here with Skyridge. As Adams had to be thinking that Duncan Reed was going to go after that rebound. But it'll be Skyridge ball along the baseline with 5:51 left in the first quarter. Inbounds the backcourt, which you can do in high school. 5:45 on a rolling clock. Christensen hands back to Duncan Reed, who pulls for 3, and Duncan knocks down a long-range 3. And for Duncan Reed, talking about senior night, his grandfather, Roger Reed, gets to come to his first game of the year. Is Ross off on that one. Vaha with the board, sends out, and Adams knocks down a triple. McCaden Adams from downtown, and it's the Vikings out to a 7-5 lead. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the opening quarter. As Christensen brings it near side to Holland. Back over to Parker, can't corral it, and that's a Skyridge turnover. We're down the floor with the Vikings. As always, the Rewind Sports Network brought to you by Utah Army National Guard, over 150 job training opportunities available through the National Guard. Over $20,000 in a signing bonus as well. To learn more, go to nationalguard.com. Adams sends up top. Good D there by Skyridge. Adams off the screen of Vaha, inside to Isaac, cut off, send to the corner. 3 on the way, and good from Dylan Jones. And now a 5-point advantage for Pleasant Grove with 4.5 to go in the quarter. Here's Holland. Now Christensen pulling for 3. Parker too strong, tipped up. Carter with the rebound. Colby back up strong, and it crawls in. That ball did not want to stay in, and Carter had himself a good night last time. He had 17 points in that first matchup. Gets his first stat stuff and opportunity with the board and bucket. Vaha up top. Now Jones on the angle. Dylan sends out. This is Mitten. And it's back to Dylan Jones. Jones straight away. His second 3 of the quarter. And a 6-point advantage for PG. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the quarter. As Jones and Adams both with 3s. 3 threes to start here for the Vikings. Carter goes high-low into Yates. And Dallin Yates, who's been on an absolute tear down the stretch of the season. The 22 at Valhalla last time as we send up top. 3 on the way, and good, as that's Mitten. Daniel Mitten, the 6'5" senior, knocks down the 3. Now the 4th 3 of the quarter for the Vikings as he sent out to Duncan Reed, and Reed a little strong. It was online. But a 1 and done. 2:45 on a rolling clock. Ross inside Vaha. And Vaha is going to get called for the charge as Colby Carter slid in. And that will be the first foul of the night with 2:40 left in the first. As Carter will come off, and the senior, Braden Jory, comes in for Coach Gardner. Interesting note, Skyridge 3-0. They won 3 straight senior nights. As Reed comes off the screen, and Duncan Reed with his second 3. Reed is the leading scorer for Skyridge. Now that he's the all-time leading scorer for the Falcons. And it's always good to see him get going early as Adams hangs on a pivot, can't get it. Gets his own board and the bucket. Caden Adams with 5 points in the quarter, and a timeout taken by Coach Gardner. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. You're watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Two minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. You're watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Game Night Live Rewind. You'll notice the links and some of the new places you're going to see myself, Dusty Lister, and Dane Stewart in all of our videos. Top 5 plays and our weekly show. You're able to see that on KSLSports.com. As the Rewind is presented by Heidemann and Associates. If you have any lawn needs and you feel like you got to know if you have a case, go to our friends at Heidemann Associates. Go to www.utah.law and find the office nearest you. Skyridge nearly turned the ball over in that zone, try to get it inside to Yates, and Yates unable to finish, and the rebound cleared by Mitten, now on the run. Caden Adams got 5 points in the quarter, send over to Ross. Jordan right to the rim, got cut off, and it crawled out. Rebound to Jory, now on the run with Christensen. 1:25 remaining in the first quarter. Vaha went to the bench during that timeout as Parker Christensen rainbows a three and hits. And it's a 3-point game, 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Welcome sign for Falcon fans. See Christensen knock down that three. There's now a steal by Dallin Yates. Inside of a minute left, here comes Christensen. Parker send to the corner, Duncan Reed. Holland able to save that. Duncan back to Holland on the angle. Lobs in to Yates, and Dallin able to get it to go. Beautiful offhand pass there by Holland. Yates able to control it, and it's a 1-point game. 35 seconds left, and Coach McAllister said, hey, he wanted one shot as Ross walked the ball up the floor. Remember, no shot clock in high school basketball. Utah high school basketball, I should say. We learned that it's not no shot clock in Alabama either. Last week, we had the playoff game at 6-4. But we won't give McAllister any hard time. With about 40 seconds left, they got the ball. 13 seconds, down to 10. Ross on the baseline. Nice pump fake, and able to earn his way to the free throw line is Hunter Powell. And Powell will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And Jory picks up the foul. So Powell will get 2 free throws with just under 10 seconds left. It's interesting talking to both coaches, asked them if this year feels a little bit different. Because here we are in the final week of the season, when there was back in the spring and even early summer, fall, thought the season might get pushed to New Year's Day. But to beat a Cedar night, there's just a lot of gratitude inside this building. As the state tournament will tip off on Wednesday. Powell splits the pair, and it's a 2-point game, 8 seconds on the clock. Up the floor, Christensen, 5 seconds. Parker on the baseline, sent out to Reed, 2 seconds. 1, and that will do it for the first. That will not count. And at the end of one, a helter-skelter start. It is PG holding to a 19-17 lead over Skyridge on senior night. You're watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back into Skyridge for our game night live rewind. Game of the week, Dusty Litster with you. Hope you've noticed the links that come out on our social media to see our new home on KSLSports.com. And we'll take you through the rest of the year right here on KSL Sports. And so excited to get this partnership going. Oh, that ball is out of bounds, and that zone caused Skyridge issues at the beginning of the half, and now they extend it to midcourt. Coach McAllister had a new wrinkle for Skyridge, trying to slow them down as they like to get up and down the floor. We'll start the second quarter after a hot shooting first quarter for Pleasant Grove, as it was Jones and Adams. And now that Mitten also hitting a three as well. And we're going to have a carrying violation. all the games we've done this year, I think that's the first carry that I've seen called anyway. So 7:37 left in the half. Game Night Live Rewind brought to you by Utah Army National Guard. Again, over 150 job training opportunities as Reed pulls for three, and it won't go. Carter with the rebound. Colby goes back up strong, left it short. Vaha claims the board. Vaha over to Ross. Jordan will back things out. Jones sends out. And it's Jones pulling for three. Off the mark, rebound. And then finding Jones, cutting. But it was a nice job getting an offensive board. And then the assist by Levi, I believe it's Boggs. And it's a 4-point lead for PG. And if I got Boggs' name wrong, I apologize. On the baseline to Yates. Talked to our friends at PGSN during the break. As Christensen trapped along the corner. Yates had that one tipped away. But Christensen will track it down near midcourt. 6.5 remaining in the first half. Reed up top to Christensen. Parker on the drive, and he draws the foul on Caden Adams. It'll be the second team foul for the Vikings. 6:26 to go in the second quarter. Quickly inbounded to Colby Carter, and the teardrop finds the bottom of the net. Carter now with 4 points and a half. 6:20 on a rolling clock in the first half. There's Ross on the drive, and Ross finishes. First points of the night for Jordan Ross. Holland out to Reed on the baseline to Yates. Trap comes, sends up top to Holland. Holland on the drive, sends out to Duncan, tipped away by Ross. Ross with the steal, Reed gets back, leaves it. Oh, and we were gonna have a dunk, but a foul to Christensen. And now put Caden Adams at the line to shoot two. The second team foul on Skyridge. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the half. We knew we had a top 5 play there. Adams off on the first. He's averaging 16 points a game throughout the year, Caden Adams. He splits the pair, and a 5-point advantage now for PG. With 5 minutes and 50 seconds on a rolling clock here in the first half. Holland straight away with Carter, back to Holland. Got chased off there by Adams. Christensen again for three. No, and Yates pulls down the rebound. Carter now to Reed, back to Holland. Holland step back three, a little too strong. The rebound now to Vaha, now on the push. And Ross will hold up. Off the screen to Vaha. Here comes Adams right to the rim. Caden Adams lays it in. It's a 7-point advantage now. Is PG doing to Skyridge what Skyridge did in the third quarter to Pleasant Grove. 5 minutes to go in the half. Christensen tried to fire that one in, and it's stolen. Mitten with the loose ball. Vaha over to Ross. Ross toes up a three and hits. 5 points now for Ross, and a timeout taken by Coach Gardner. A 10-point advantage for PG. 4:38 left in the half. You're watching a Deseret News Rewind, a Game Night Live Rewind, Game of the Week. Game Night Live Rewind, our minute performance brought to you by RJ Performance Group. Go to rjpg.net to schedule your appointment with Riley Jensen and his professionals of RJ Performance Group. I want to thank them for their support of everything we've done on Rewind and now a Game Night Live Rewind. Riley Jensen, one of our most ardent supporters, and we appreciate Riley Jensen for all he does to help us out. 4.5 to go in the half, a 10-point advantage for PG. Can Skyridge, they keep trying to shoot him out of the zone, and it's Duncan Reed back rim in that three. Again, he's feeling good. Those shots have been online. That one a little long. If you can't shoot him out of the zone, you got to stop him on the other end, and PG's found their rhythm on offense. As it's Ross with 5 points in the quarter. As Minton hands back to Jordan Ross. 4 minutes to go in the half. Caden Adams hanging up top, is looking into Jones, can't get it. Ross out that screen of Vaha. Ross over to Minton. Ross working on Holland. Hangs on a pivot, offhand shot won't go, and the rebound taken by Carter. Now on the run with Holland. Christensen sends back up top to Holland, and he'll set up the offense. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the half. Try to lob it up to Carter, and Gable come in and get it. The foul will go to Vaha. It'll put Colby Carter at the line to shoot two. I don't think anybody in the gym saw that one coming. It's Carter will go to the line.
At the line shooting will be Colby Carter.
Well, foul goes to Carter. Probably, why did the foul go to Carter? It's on Vaha, and Carter will go to the line. Still have the name right on the scoreboard. And the number right is Carter misses the first.
Sailing in for the Vikings, number 33, Levi Wallace. Replacing Isaac Bell.
It's actually number 2 on Vaha. That's why Coach Gardner wanted that straight, as Carter goes 0 for 2 from the stripe. Missed opportunity for Skyridge, 3:15 on a rolling clock. Outside with Ross, now on the angle with Adams. Pardon me, that's Dylan Jones. And Jones gets that one to crawl home. Jones and Adams look so much alike just with the numbers and stuff. I apologize. 12-point lead inside of 3 minutes left in the half. Coach McAllister told me they're looking to get this team moving in the right direction, heading into the state tournament. As it's Reed on the drive, and he's going to call for the charge. Minton was waiting for him along the baseline. And the Region 1 charge goes against Duncan Reed. It'll be his first, team's third, with 2:48 left in the half. Up the floor with Ross. Adams, fall away. Can't get it, and it's Bailey pulling down the rebound. On the run now with Holland. Holland hands back to Reed. Duncan waits for that trap to come, gets it back. Now Christensen. Parker sends out to Holland. Trapped in the corner. Not where you want to be, and now Christensen along the baseline. And again, he's trapped. And now 5-second call. Closely guarded is Skyridge, just out of sorts in this zone. Trap in the corners, and you walk yourself into the corner. It's 4 defenders. 2:05 to go in the half. PG's gotten exactly what they wanted from the first 2 quarters as Holland going to pick up the foul there on the drive on Ross. So it'll be the first to Holland. Going to be the 4th team foul. 1:59 to go in the second quarter. Ross up top with Holland. I'll give it up to Adams. Get it back. Here's Mitten, hand over to Ross. Ross on the drive on the baseline, cut off by Bailey. Nice job. And Adams drives on Holland, gets called for the charge. So McCaden Adams picks up his second personal. That's the 4th team foul on the Vikings, as Adams will come off the floor in favor of Hunter Powell. Minute 34 left in the half. Skyridge still yet to find rhythm on offense. Christensen sends out to Holland, out in the corner to Reed. Duncan sent out to Christensen. Parker, Euro, right hand, no. And a blocking call on Pleasant Grove's number 33, Levi Bogus. So Christensen goes to the line to shoot 2. Parker short on the free throw. The only free throw I can remember tonight was from Colby Carter on the Skyridge side of the floor anyway, and Carter went 0 for 2. And Christensen splits the pair. As Gagan comes in the last minute 20 of the first half. Ross will bring it up the floor for Coach McAllister. Ross at Yates. Sends out to, knocks now over to Powell. Powell, maybe got away with a walk there. Send to the corner, Bogus for 3, lips out. The ball is halfway down and came out. And now a foul on the baseline, I believe will be called on Gagan, and it will be. That'll be that is the 15th foul on the Falcons, the first on Gagan. So still have 1 to give. 49 seconds to go in the half. Ross will set up the offense, 45 seconds to go. Reed out with Ross. Dylan Jones, and a timeout granted to Coach McAllister. Well, I think we have an inadvertent whistle. Yeah, they thought Coach was calling a timeout. So inadvertent whistle, 26 seconds to go in the half, no timeout on the floor. Down to 20 seconds. Ross into the corner. 3 from Mitten. Back rimmed and the rebound taken by Holland. 10 seconds left. Down to 5. Holland in the lane, leaves it for Yates. Got it unclearly able to finish there by Dallin Yates. And that'll do it for the half, as that is just wide of the rim. We head to the half. And it is Pleasant Grove, who had an outstanding first quarter, a stifling second quarter, taking a 31-22 lead over Skyridge into the locker rooms. You are watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, and now the newly minted Game Night Live Rewind.
feel sincere love and concern for those around her and treasures the people in her life. She will feel the best of her friends at Skyridge. June will graduate from Boston College School this summer and attend BYU Idaho in the fall and plans to serve an LDS mission that's really lovely. Now welcome out Varsity Spirit Cheer Captain Brooklyn Skyridge. Serving on the student council and cheer and making friends with everyone's needs. She has led leading her teams as a varsity captain for the last 2 years, and especially cheering for football, basketball, attending nationals at Disneyland, California, and all the other fun. She has made the best memories here at Skyridge and excited for the next chapter, attending Utah State University in the fall, Brooklyn Snow. Brian Brown. Brian is not with us tonight, but we want to make sure to recognize him and welcome her. Brian is a loyalist. He's loyal to his family, current school team, education, and his future. Brian is internally stable and self-reliant, courageously championing himself and others. The next stage of his life is at Utah State, and we'll only develop his attributes further. We love you, Brian. Now, welcome out Jack Miller. Jack is an excellent student, both in and out of the classroom. His ability to balance work, school, and cheer basis us every day. He is a loyal friend, loving son, and excellent hugger. We know that he'll thrive at USU next year and make the most of every step along the way. We love you, Jack. Step crew captain, Jacob Wilford. Jacob, the parents want you to know so proud of you and the steps that you have become. We also want you to know that the children want to develop numerous skills that we've been truly blessed in their lives. Upon graduating, Jacob plans to serve a mission that attends school, like pursuing business and filmmaking. Jacob Wilford. Jake Ricardo. Jake is loving the Falcons in the national championship. The major highlight for users in Skyridge. Being the lead singer of the band Long and winning Battle Lambs was a great experience also for Jake. Jake is kind, loyal, funny, and a true friend. We love him as do his friends, coaches, and teammates. Jake Ricardo. Now welcome out Kobe Cutler. Kobe, next step, it will only continue to be fun to have Kobe Cutler. Last but not least, please welcome out Taylor Peterson. Taylor has been cheering for the last 8 years as well as one of her favorite memories is playing state game with police escort her sophomore year. And not cheering, Taylor enjoys spending time with her family doing just about anything outdoors. She was a pure adrenaline junkie and has never been afraid of a challenge. In addition to her high school studies, Taylor is enrolled at Mandolin and will graduate with her Master Aesthetics license this summer. She's looking forward to becoming a help others. She's an amazing example to her family. They love her, so proud of her. Everybody, please give it up for these 8 exceptional seniors.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along.
And welcome back into Skyridge High School. Dusty Lister with you. As we're so excited to be able to announce, hopefully in the next coming weeks, you'll be able to see the links of Game Night Live Rewind of myself, Dusty Lister, and Dane Stewart. It's going to be a lot of fun as we have the state tournaments coming right around the corner. I'll be hanging out on Friday at Kearns as of the 6A state championship on Game Night Live Rewind. Also, Dane Stewart will have Skyridge at Lone Peak in the final game of the regular season before we get ready for the state tournament. And those games will start next Wednesday, and we'll have them all the way through the championship games. And hope you'll be able to enjoy all that stuff right here on KSLSports.com. Start the second half, and it's PG leading by 9. As a lot of you normally talk about the offense, this defense has been the difference, as Adams can't get that one to go, and the rebound taken by Dallin Yates. And this is where Skyridge has to be. They have got to get PG in a transition game. If not, this zone has caused fits for Skyridge as Christensen throws that one away. He was hoping to get a tip ball. But if you're allowing, they're taking the ball out of the net, or you're allowing PG to get set, it's exactly what the Vikings wanted. I know Coach Garner wants to make them move, as two of the best coaches in the state, Coach McAllister and Coach Garner. A fun moment there at midcourt. As Jones straight away with Mitten. Mitten hands over to Ross. Ross lobs inside to Mitten. Met at the rim by Christian, couldn't finish. Gets his own board, goes up, and it crawls off. Two bunnies would not drop, and now on the run with Skyridge. Duncan Reed. Up top to Holland, a minute into the third quarter. Skyridge cannot decode this zone defense in the first half. Got to penetrate it, make it collapse, and got to move the ball. Skip over to Reed. Trap comes. Duncan tries to fit it in, tipped away by Vaha. And now ahead, Jones lays it in. So now 11-point advantage for the Vikings, 6:35 left in the third. As Christensen terminates, sends over to Reed. And again, this zone just chasing them off their spot. Christensen. Now to Holland. And that ball kicked out of bounds. You see those passing lanes shrinking in this zone. The Skyridge's been, they initially tried to shoot him out of it, couldn't figure it out, couldn't get the shots to drop. As Vaha comes off the floor, and maybe that opens up a little bit here. As the future Utah Ute defensive end comes off the floor. Carter hands off Christensen, 6:15 left in the quarter. And now Holland. Yates comes on the screen. Holland now in the corner to Reed. Duncan had nowhere to go, sends out to Holland for three. Back rimmed, and rebound taken by Adams. Here's Jones. Boggs is fouled on the drive. He'll go against Yates. 5:53 left in the third. The first team foul on the Falcons. The first personal foul on Yates. Jones working on Reed. Sends back out to Ross. Into the corner, Boggs. Back out to Ross, now along the baseline with Adams. Caden goes at Christensen. Sends out to Ross for three. Back rim, another rebound taken by Christensen. Parker on the run, 5:25 left in the third. Parker, nice drive, blocked at the rim. Mitten gets the swat, now on the run with the Vikings. Ross to the corner, Adams. Too strong on the three, and the rebound taken by Carter. Yates got ahead. Yates holds, +1. Nice job of running the floor by Yates. Reed finds him, and Yates making the most of it. Going to the line, looking for the three-point play. Third personal foul on McCaden Adams as the first team foul on the Vikings as Vaha comes back on the floor. And Yates completes the three-point play. 33-25. 5:05 left in the third. Ross, pull up and hits. Ross got going there at the end of the second quarter. Quick on the other end, here comes Yates and another +1. That is Skyridge's favorite play, and they made hay with that at Valhalla. Quick inbound, get Yates streaking down the floor. And it's back-to-back buckets for Yates. And can he make it 6 points? And it's 35-28 as Yates with 6 points, 6 straight points for Skyridge. And the defense put up zeros. 4:45 left in the third. Inside to Vaha. Yates with him. Vaha to the rim, and the big fella finishes. Christensen. Hanging on a pivot up top to Holland. Talked to Coach McAllister about that third quarter in the first matchup, but he said it was shot selection. He felt like PG settled for shots, and it led to opportunities on the other end for Skyridge. And he wanted better shot selection coming out of the locker room. As Holland sends out to Christensen. Parker for three. Off the mark, Jory comes in for the offensive rebound. Trapped on the baseline, gets it to Christensen, and he's blocked, but it'll be a foul. See if it goes to Minton or if it goes to Jones, and it goes to Jones, putting Christensen to the line to shoot two. Second personal on Dylan Jones. Third team foul on PG. As Christensen knocks down the first. Powell comes on for Boggs. 4:04 left in the third quarter. And it's Christensen knocking down both free throws. 37-30. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the foul's going to be to Jory away from the ball on the baseline. The two officials had it, and that is the second team foul on the Falcons, the first and second on Jory. So 3:56 left in the third. The foul's starting to add up a little bit. Quickly inbound to Vaha, hands back to Ross. Now Powell. Dylan Jones with Reed. Here's Ross. Now Vaha on the angle with Powell. Goes back inside to four, sends out Jones from the corner and rattles home a three. Beautiful ball movement and a timeout taken by Coach McAllister as it's a 10-point lead for the Vikings. 3:35 left in the third. You're watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. As PG continues to roll along on offense, Jones having himself a good night. Knocking down that corner three, and it was Coach McAllister of PG taking the timeout. So 3:35 left in the third and a 10-point lead for Pleasant Grove. Skyridge has figured out a few things on offense. Can they continue to decode this defense? PG now going to man. Reed looks inside to Yates. Back up top, Christensen, now Holland. Holland breaks it down on the dribble and loses the handle. They're gonna have a foul on the drive. And it's going to Vaha. That's number 3 on Vaha. So he'll come off the floor as Adams checks in. Adams with 3 personal fouls as well. So that is the 4th team foul on the Vikings with 3:15 left in the quarter. Finding Yates, cutting the rim, and another +1. 3 +1 buckets for Dallin Yates, and he'll go the line. One of the most unassuming big men in the state. He runs the floor. A lot of times he's going to be undersized against the opposite team's 5, especially in Region 4. He makes up for it in his hustle and his ability to finish, but he misses the free throw on that one. 3:10 left and an 8-point lead for PG. Ross up top to Jones, working on Reed. Jones, fall away, wide to the left, and a rebound taken by Yates. Here comes Holland. Now Christensen. Parker down the lane and finishes. That looks more like the first matchup of Christensen breaking it down on the dribble, getting to the rim. Timeout on the floor, 40-34 the score, 2:49 left in the third. You're watching Falcon basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Oh, we're going to stay here, just 30-second timeout. Gives us a chance to remind you that we're always presented by Heidemann and Associates. If you have any law needs whatsoever, want to know if you have a case, a bad investment, someone you feel like they lied to you, they set you up, go to our friends at Heidemann and Associates. Go to www.utah.law, get a free consultation, let them know that Rewind sent you, and they will take care of you. But you've seen the videos. We'll have official announcements coming out soon, but Rewind now called Game Night Live Rewind. Dane Stewart and I are so excited for this new era of Rewind to be teamed up on KSLSports.com, and so much fun to now be part of the Game Night Live brand. But streams will be coming your way. We've got the 6A State Championship swim meet this weekend. And we got the basketball tournament coming up. We've got a lot of content coming your way, but all of our weekly videos will be on KSLSports.com, and we're so excited to get that rolling. The official announcement will be coming out soon. At 2:45 left in the third. Skyridge coming back in this one. Here's Powell, goes at Jory. Leaves it for Minton, who gets to the rim, and he gets a +1. If it goes to Jory, that's his third. And it puts Powell at the line. And it does go to Jory. And pushes the lead back up to 8. As he goes to the line and make it 9. And lips out. 2:35 on a rolling clock and an 8-point deficit for Skyridge. Again, their offense kind of figured it out here in the third. Don't want to officially say they figured it out until they get it going. As Reed short on the 3, and Ross with the board. Ross, transition 3, off the mark, tipped out, and now that ball goes back to Ross. And PG will reset the offense. 2:05 to go in the third. Foul goes to Ross with Holland. And now a block called to Nick Holland. That is the 4th team foul on Skyridge. With inbound along the baseline. Colby Carter comes back in for Jory. Then hands off to Ross. Ross working on Holland, and now Holland can get called for the foul, and that'll be number 3 on Nick Holland. So 1:49 left in the third quarter. 5 team fouls apiece. Possession arrow belongs to Skyridge. Jones from way outside. Dylan Jones! A standing 3. And it's an 11-point lead once again for PG. Timely threes from number 20. And a 5-0 run for PG. Holland from the corner. Knocks it down. Nice answer 3 from number 15. Takes it back down to 8, 45-37, 1:15 left in the third. Powell goes inside, Minton working on Yates. Minton will cross the lane, left hand, crawls home. 1 minute to go in the third. Christensen sent out to Reed. Duncan Reed for 3. like to see 22 keep shooting them. Has been online. Knew he'd get in a rhythm. See if he can build on it. 45 seconds left in the quarter. Ross, stolen by Reed, but he saves it right back into Jones. Jones down the lane, leaves it for Minton. Yates with him, send up to Powell, and he will reset inside of 30 seconds. Down to 25 seconds left in the third. Remember, no shot clock in Utah high school basketball. They take that whole time down once they decide to reset the offense. 15 seconds. Down to 10. Here's Powell with 8. 5 seconds. Powell to the rim. Got past Yates, couldn't get it. Mittens, tip won't go. This shot will count. And it rolls off. We head to the third quarter, and it is Pleasant Grove hanging to a 7-point lead against Skyridge. I think we got a good fourth coming up. You're watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back in. Start of the fourth quarter. Dusty Litster with you. Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on Game Night Live Rewind is brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard. Over 150 job training opportunities available. Up to $20,000 in a signing bonus, depending on the job training opportunity you choose. Not only that, up to $20,000 in tuition assistance available. Just go to nationalguard.com to learn more. Start of the fourth quarter, and Skyridge figured it out a little bit offensively. They've been able to claw back in this game, had it down to 6. But back up to 11. They've been able to get it back down to 7. But can their offense keep rolling in the fourth? Reed into the corner to Christensen. Parker, same side finish. And it's a 5-point game, 47-42. Here's Ross up top to Vaha. Isaac hands back to Jones. Back inside the big fella. Vaha finishes at the rim. Big number 4. Quickly on the other end, Christensen sends out to Reed. Duncan. Mid-range Jay, back rimmed, and the rebound to Vaha. Here comes Ross. The Vikings have made Skyridge pay on open ends on their end of the floor. As Vaha going to face up on Yates. Nice defense from Yates, and the shot still goes for Vaha, and the lead back up to 9 for PG. 6:50 left in the fourth. Here's Holland, now to Yates, back out to Holland. 3 rims out, and the rebound taken by Vaha. Empty possessions to start the fourth quarter. Have that bucket from Christensen. But again, PG's made Skyridge pay on this end. They finish them one and done. And now a late whistle on the foul. It'll be number 4 on Holland. Probably number 3. And as these 16 fouls, it'll be free throws. The last 6:21 of the fourth. Really didn't need the reach there by Nick, and obviously didn't mean to do it, but caught Vaha coming across. 6:20 left in the fourth. Up top with Ross. Down to 6:15. Vaha with Yates. Yates hanging with Vaha, got the block, and the loose ball taken by Carter. Now on the run with Christensen. Parker down the lane. Can't finish, Reed there, and he's fouled on the putback. And I believe it'll go to Jones. And it does go to Dylan Jones. His third, team sixth. It'll be Reed at the line to shoot 2. Hard to think it's the final home game for Duncan Reed. 4 terrific years here for Coach Gardner. Son of Randy Reed, the former BYU Cougar, grandson of Roger Reed, former basketball coach at BYU. There's Uncle Robbie watching as well. They were all the pride of Spanish Fork. 5:55 left in the fourth quarter. Reed makes them both. Into the corner, Adams. Terminates into Key, sends out to Minton. Vaha on the corner. Goes at Yates, got a little space, too strong. And a rebound to Christensen. 5:40 left in the fourth. Christensen, 4-3. Brought down rain, did not find the bottom of the net. And that rebound goes off of Skyridge. And it is Viking basketball with 5:31 left in the fourth. Adams going at Carter. Terminates out to Vaha. Big fella for 3, short, and the rebound taken by Carter. Reed streaking to the rim. Duncan off the catch. No call on the contact in the lane. There had to be something, right? Ross on the other end. Defenders hit the floor, and it's Ross rolling it home. And a 9-point lead for PG. Reed for 3. Rims out on the rebound to Jones. Skyridge getting a little frustrated, missing opportunities. On the other end, Adams sends up to Ross. And he'll reset. Timeout, Coach McAllister. 4:31 left in the fourth quarter. As emotions getting a little higher here at Skyridge. We'll be right back. You're watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back into Skyridge basketball, final home game of the year for the Falcons. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage during region. It's just been our pleasure to bring it to you here on the Rewind Sports Network as we're now joining the Game Night Live Rewind. At a 9-point advantage for PG. Skyridge has been unable to chisel into this one, had it down to 7, actually got it down to 5. And then goes bent back up to 9 as Minton turns the ball over. Now who's going to step up for Skyridge? Reed has knocked down timely threes. Christensen been able to get to the rim. It's Yates who's had +1 opportunities all second half. As Christensen works off the screen. Out to Holland, now to the corner to Reed. Duncan back up top to Christensen, who will reset the offense. There's that 2-3 zone from PG. Christensen back out to Duncan. Long 3, again off the mark. And Christensen comes in and knocks it out of bounds, and it'll be Viking basketball. 4 minutes left, halfway through the fourth quarter. And Ross draws the foul on Parker Christensen. There'll be 1-on-1 free throws for Jordan Ross as we'll walk down the floor. Jordan Ross mentioned the sophomore. It's been terrific for Coach McAllister, averaging 14 points a game. And Calmly knocks down the front end, a 1-on-1. Seven fouls on the Falcons, 6 on Pleasant Grove as Ross knocks them both down. So a 10-point advantage. Possession arrow belongs to PG. As Holland terminates, now over to Reed. Back to Holland. All into the corner to Christensen, throws it to the backcourt. The Skyridge turns it over, here comes Ross. They just have not been able to figure out that zone as Vaha looks opposite. That would not go for Mitten. And the rebound taken by Carter on the run with Christensen. Holland in the corner. And again, allowing this zone to set up. Christensen dribbles into Vaha. Now Holland finds Reed. He's fouled. No, not going to call it on the gather. They're going to call it on the floor. It'll be 1-on-1 free throws for Duncan Reed with 3:15 left in the fourth quarter. Again, the high school call, so nebulous. On the gather is the call. To get that continuation, if you will, is that free throw good. So both teams in the bonus. As Reed knocked down the front end. And he gets them both. And it's a 9-point game. 55-46. As Gagan comes in now. Got fouls at the work with Christensen. Ross. Sends to the corner, Vaha, now Adams. Adams terminates out to Vaha, here's Ross. Again, PG is not gonna be in any hurry to shoot it. As Skyridge gonna have to start trapping soon. He's going inside of 3 minutes. As that ball's loose, and it's picked up by Carter. And Skyridge makes shots to shorten this game. Holland to Reed. Blocked by Adams. McCain on the other end. Leaves it for Ross for 3. Vaha with the board. Vaha fouled by Carter. And it'll put Vaha at the line to shoot 2. As it was McCade and Adams getting the block on Reed's 3, leading to the opportunity for Pleasant Grove. First personal foul on Colby Carter, the 8th team foul on Skyridge. And the big fella knocks down the first. And Vaha splits the pair. Door's still open. 2.5 to go in a 10-point game. Holland out to Reed. Duncan back to Holland for 3. And it would not go. Tipped up and would not stay in. Rebound to Adams on the push now with Ross. Ross gives it up and an easy 2 for Dylan Jones. 2:10 to go in the fourth. Reed leaves it to Yates. Yates hangs on a pivot and misses. And that ball was going to go off of Vaha, saved by Reed. Yates on the baseline. Cross court, 3 on the way for Holland, no. And now a loose ball foul going to be called on Dallin Yates. And we'll walk all the way to the other end of the floor for the 1-on-1 free throws. The second personal on Yates. And Skyridge going to finish the year with Westlake. Pleasant Grove going to finish the year with Westlake. As Skyridge will go to Lone Peak on Friday. We expect all 6 teams from Region 4 to get first-round byes. As the top 8 teams in 6A will buy into the second round. As Jones hits the first. Got them both. There's been timely buckets from Dylan Jones, and now a 14-point advantage for the Vikings as that goes off of Jones, and it'll be Skyridge ball with 1:48 to go. On a night that the story of the night has been the Vikings defense. That zone absolutely just bogged down the Skyridge offense. It'll be Yates coming off to get one last cheer as Tate Mansfield comes on. Pardon me. Isaac Parr coming on for Coach Gardner is Anderson up top with Reed. Jones knocks that one out. Minute 38 to go. You start seeing some seniors coming on as also checking in for Skyridge is Jacob Jensen, the senior. Christensen all the way to the hoop, and he's fouled on the drive, and the foul will go to McCaden Adams. And as Parker will go to the line for 2 free throws. The third personal foul on Mitten. Sidewinding free throw is good for Parker. It's so impressive when you look at that zone that PG deploys. You put Vaha around the free throw line, and his foot speed and his ability to cover the floor and the length of the Vikings. Christensen splits the pair, and the rebound goes to Powell. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. But that zone just kept Skyridge at bay all night long. They were unable to shoot him out of it. The threes were not falling. PG was patient on offense, and in that second quarter got things going and really never relinquished anything here. This game got down to 4 points, got down to 5 points, and then back to double digits fairly quickly. As Powell going to send it over to Jones. We go inside of a minute left. Again, no shot clock in Utah High School basketball. PG doesn't have to do anything with the ball other than play keep away. And the foul goes to Duncan Reed. Second personal on Duncan, and the 10th team foul. And Ross will shoot 2 free throws and a double bonus. But a long road still ahead for both these teams. Mentioned everyone, or pardon me, the top 24 teams in region, or pardon me, in 6A are going to make it into the state tournament. Wednesday will be the first round and play into Friday at home sites on Wednesday, Friday, and then the following Monday as Ross splits the pair. And then semifinals, we're still waiting to see. Right now they said Salt Lake Community College. It might change as Christensen off on the 3, and it'll be PG ball as that ball goes out of bounds with 46 seconds left. But again, we'll have that season finale on Friday right here for you on Rewind Sports Network on Game Night Live Rewind. As Parker Christensen checks out for the last time at home, as well as the all-time leading scorer in Skyridge history in Duncan Reed. For these seniors, I didn't know if we were going to have a senior night, and we're so excited for them that the season, we get to Friday, will be complete, get to the state tournament. Just want these kids to stay healthy, want them to stay COVID-free, so they get to live out their dreams of playing in the state tournament, playing with their teammates, and going out on the floor. I think we saw in the spring of those athletes that weren't able to do that, as Coach McAllister takes that time, all he wants to do is get some substitutions in. But you think back to the spring, at the beginning of the pandemic, and the baseball players, the soccer players, they didn't get the end of their year. All those spring sports, they didn't get an end of their season. You had a few teams able to play in a tournament. We did that last chance tournament. And then you also had the soccer tournament up in Farmington. But just to think that these young men are able to finish out the year, and young women in basketball and other sports, and swimming going to be taking place this weekend, that they get to play in state championships. There are states that aren't doing that. I will trade the snow for sunshine if it means our guys get to play, our kids get to play, I should say. Closing seconds, and that'll do it. As PG avenges their loss earlier in the year against Skyridge, they come in to Skyridge on senior night and get the win. Our final score, Pleasant Grove 61, Skyridge 47. We'll pick a Utah Army National Guard player of the game from each side. For Pleasant Grove, we're going to go Dylan Jones. I thought Dylan made timely baskets all night long, including three-pointers and other plays. For Skyridge, I'm going to go with Dallin Yates. I thought Dallin had great moments in this game. He could not quite sustain things on that offensive end for Skyridge. But again, I thought Dallin had a great night tonight. Again, congratulations to our Utah National Guard players of the game, Dylan Jones and Dallin Yates. Again, our final score, Pleasant Grove 61, Skyridge 47. We will see you Friday night at Lone Peak. For Reagan Litster, Tino Psyche, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and watching Skyridge basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on Game Night Live Rewind.